it's not a Rambo character. I prefer you ask him these questions if we get him out here, but it's not that character. It's different.
Who else stars in the movie besides Kurt Russell?
They're the main stars.
Anybody else that we have heard of who are in the movie?
I would. Other folks, yes, but they are the main stars.
What does the schedule look like for shooting here before you go back home?
We'll finish here tomorrow. Back to Los Angeles, and we'll finish filming the entire picture around the 25th of August, roughly.
Does Warner Brothers have any future plans for filming in Ohio, any other movies or anything in the works?
I don't know. I personally would like to come back, but I don't know what the studio has.
Maybe future films?
No, we haven't really shot any stock footage for that. All the footage we've filmed is for this film.
Well, I just want to let you know that Sly's got a movie coming out August 4th called Lockup. He would love you if you asked questions about that. All right? I know that they need us here, do they?
Dave, I'm going to come over here.
Whatever you want to do.
Set up, you all right? Might be nice to take a tripod, that way we can get our distance if that's what you want. Take the thing of the table around.
Why don't you just back up a little bit? Let's go back about 4 feet. Back up, please. Back up, 4 feet. More to go.
Mayor and who's going to what?
Probably you want the center. Let's hold on a second.
Yeah, really. This kid thinks
What should we film about Lockup?
Lockup?
Yeah.
Well, Lockup is a film that comes out August 4th, and I think it's the best thing I've done in about 10 years since Rocky 1. And it's something that we did in Rahway Prison, which is about the toughest prison you can find in America. And it's really an ensemble piece with a lot of new young actors and co-starring Donald Sutherland.
What type of characters do you play in that?
A fellow who made a mistake in life, but nothing that warranted the behavior of the warden who's bent on because I once escaped from his prison, then I was transferred to another one and given 5 more years. I've done my 5 years, I have a couple months left to go, and I'm kidnapped in the middle of the night and taken to this hellhole prison, which he has been demoted to. And he goes, you're going to spend the last 6 months in hell with me. And then the story begins to build. And then it becomes like a cool hand look. I don't break in, I don't give in to his intimidation. And a lot of the prisoners that aren't the real hardcore, the ones that really made a minor mistake in their life, they start to band together, and there's a little esprit de corps, and and every time that we start to build this camaraderie, he squashes it down. So it's this emotional battle back and forth, and all I want to do is get out and meet my fiance and live a happily ever after.
Did you help write that?
Yeah.
What do you think of Mansfield, Ohio, both of you?
Well, I tell you, it's tough to say because this is as far as we've got. So is this it? Is there more to it?
You like it?
Okay.
What about working with actual inmates? How do you feel about that? What's it like?
It's confining. No, it's good because you can't get those faces in Hollywood. Let's face it.
He knows a lot about that from doing Lockup. I've never worked inside of a prison before, and it's obviously someplace that I don't want to spend the rest of my life.
No?
Yeah, I know.
Are you surprised when you found out you were going to this location?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because I forget why in Ohio. I didn't understand. Just prisons do abound, but I guess it's the look and all that. And I like to travel. So Midwest. I like the Midwest very much, so I'm happy about it.
How about you, Kurt?
We're hoping that it looks like a California prison of some kind. I don't know where in California they have a prison like this. But,
You haven't done a movie in a while, have you, Kirk, or is it?
No, last picture I did was Tequila Sunrise.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
How about the inmates? How do they react or interact with you?
Good so far. As long as you're up front with them and don't try to put any distance and be so reserved or exclusive in your behavior, then it's fine. But if you say, keep them over there, and then it starts to get a little testy.
Is this your first time in Ohio, either one of you, or have you?
No, I've been to Cincinnati a couple of times, down to the ballpark. I forget why I was there, but I've been there.
Yeah, me too.
How do you like filming in Ohio?
So far, so good. Really, I enjoy the Midwest. I did Fist in Dubuque, Iowa, in the Midwest, and I had a great time there. So.
Would you rather shoot somewhere like this or in a big city, or is there any difference because you don't see it?
I like this.
Yeah,
So-
I prefer it too. I think it's more fun to get out and do something a little bit different. We live in a big city. So.
Yeah, it's kind of a brain drain, the big city.
I know the people here were very glad to see you downtown this morning, what you did.
I went down in the police department and worked out this morning. Did you work out today?
Yeah.
She said you were cute, by the way.
Okay, who was her name?
How's Goldie?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Have you had any Have you had any trouble with the fans yet? I mean, have you been monitored?
Trouble with the fans? No.
Just
no.
the press.
You know, usual death threats, nothing serious.
Yeah.
What about the inmates? Are they fascinated to be around celebrities?
Who's that?
The inmates themselves, are they autograph seekers? And
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're truly the captured audience. I mean, they you know, I mean, they don't mince words. They tell it like it is, and they're also very, very specific in being authentic. If you're doing something that is not according to prison procedures, that's not right. Your number's wrong. That's not the right walk or the talk or whatever. So.
I feel very good about the prisoners because I think they, more than anybody, have seen a lot of the movies that I've done for some reason.
Kirk, what type of character do you play in this?
He's sort of a fun-loving, free spirit who's a cop. Sly does a much better job of explaining my character. He called him a cowboy once.
Yeah, he's a cowboy cop. He's like Bruce Springsteen with a badge. You know, he's if you took, I guess, an analogy, it would be almost like Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid set today. It's that kind of report, we hope.
Your character quite a bit different from like Cobra?
Oh, God, yeah. Cobra was a character that dealt with that psycho-type criminal on his own level. He was that brutal in nature because he felt that's the way. Only he couldn't deal with it in a more sophisticated manner. It's fire with fire. These cops here are strictly, well, they're by the book, but a little bit flamboyant. They're showboats at times, but they do the job. So I dress in a very sophisticated manner. He's kind of like rock and rollish, and we don't like each other. Matter of fact, we're nemesis because he's the best at what he does, I'm the best at what I do, and then finally we're put together, so it's this rivalry, but we're forced to deal with this overall problem, even though we don't like each other, and then we start to build a bond. So it has a lot of levels of antagonism, but in the end, we're bonded.
There's been a lot of rumors around Mansfield that you've been seen working out at the Y and you were buying toys for your kids. Have you been here a while, or?
I haven't bought any toys for my kids.
Yeah, by the way, I do. I commute here.
and I see you're wearing stripes as a permanent part of your
Did you notice that?
Sylvester, when's his lockup?
August 4th.
August 4th.
And don't miss it. I recommend.
You know what? I saw half an hour of this movie, and I agree with Sylvester that it's. I think it's, what I've seen of his work in it is the best work he's done in
years.
Since,
really.
You know,
How about Rocky? We going to see another Rocky?
Yes, Rocky Sank
Oh.
is on the board. Yeah, that'll go in November. That'll go in November. I don't. It's Rocky's fall from grace.
No.
But not bad. I mean, he just loses all his money and has to go back to where he came from, which I think is really interesting. You know, because that's when he's the most colorful.
Yeah.
Is there anything about this particular location here that caused you to maybe change any of the scenes from the way you expected to actually film them?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. The architecture dictates certain stunts to be enhanced and magnified and just a little bit more of an element of danger. So, absolutely right, you know.
Are you doing any of your own stunts?
Unfortunately, yes. I've made it a habit. We talk about, it's like when James Brown started out his career doing splits. I use that analogy. I'm going to have to do split for the rest of my life. You know? I would like to phase out of that because I am the largest contributor in Ace Bandage.
the first day of the picture, I tore my hamstring, so I've been limping along and trying to do the best I can with a lot of help from about 9 different doubles.
Yeah, we should call this film Gimp and Limp.
You know, but I don't know. I'm not gonna hang him up yet.
You guys seem like you have a real good rapport together, working on the film.
Do you have any family here? Did you bring any family with you?
Well, I don't have it anymore, but you have.
Let's say, where's it? No,
I can't find mine.
Goldie wanted to come, but I said, nah. She's in Colorado, as a matter of fact, finishing a house that we're building right now with the kids. And,
How's your mother, Sylvester?
We got to cut this off now because we're waiting for him out on the set.
She's still circling for a landing.
Okay.
Thank you guys for coming. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.